we're becoming an attorney. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Oh, there's blood dripping. What is this? Oh, it's a man. It's a statue. Someone's holding a statue. Oh, okay. This might already be inappropriate for YouTube. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Wait, am I the murderer? I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. What? Okay, get Spike here. I'll make it look like he did it. I have to remember all the details. It's important. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh. Hi, Chief. Good. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Wait, am I doing well, Ray? Let's go. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Well, I hope it says some good things, you know. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean he knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Is it conflict of interest? Nah. It's over. Huh? My life. Everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! What the hell client did I take on? I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. You think so? Yeah. Huh. Nick! Butz! Oh yeah, this is the client, the spiky hair guy that we saw in the flashback. Hey there, Larry. Jude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! Please, calm down. We'll get you through it. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for her girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you, but we don't believe that because we're his attorney. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Okay, we have the lady. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was one lucky sap dating her, Larry Butz. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butz. Okay. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. Oh no, but surely he's not capable of murder. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh, there's some promotion going on. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Good start, I'd say. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. No pressure, man. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant is Larry Butz. The defendant? Oh, that's Larry Butz, Your Honor. Correct. Okay, first question right. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I know this one. Glad I read the case report to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Oh. No wait. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Yeah, please! This is my first trial. Although it's kind of not a good sign if I'm so incompetent. Oh, victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check at any time, okay? Okay, she's saving me. The record is Cindy. Cindy what? Cindy Stone, that's her name. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. That's one. The victim's name is Cindy Stone, correct? Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was blunt trauma, yes. She was struck once by a blunt object, correct? You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. This was tutorial, but obviously we'll get to the good part soon. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well, then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Bay? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added, right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. And evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Mr. Pate, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butz, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Yes, please, help, what do I do? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butz, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. She apparently arrived from Paris on the 7th of the 3rd, the day before the murder. It's hard for her to arrive the day after the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Good. No way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. The plot thickens. Daddies? Sugar? Yes. Older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Mrs. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. I should stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to his case. Hey, that's true. If he was a murderer, it could not have been the reason why he killed. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes. Quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you? Or did you not? Well, maybe I did. Maybe I did. You went. What did I do? Well, he has to answer honestly. He's sworn to... No? I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. What is this commotion? Order! Well, Mr. Butz, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butz is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? He has giant eyes. The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. More commotion. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Pate, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please, bring Mr. Frank Sawhit to the stand. Sawhit. He saw it. No, he's a murderer. Don't let that smile deceive you. Mr. Sawhit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawhit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please, tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him, thinking it strange. I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving. Dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I fought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in our apartment wasn't working. Wait, why would it not be working? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Wait, the time is wrong, no? It was earlier, I swear. The man who ran was without a doubt. The defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? The judge is doing my job for me, let's go. Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those. Wait, what? He didn't use the phone. He called from a nearby stationary phone, whatever, somewhere. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added. This was out from noon to 6 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. counts, but the murder was not at 1 p.m. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed my lies in testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? It was lying? Phoenix, pay attention. Even I got some light, and I'm dumb. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Also that. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Let's go. They went at 1 in a nearby park. While the time of death was 4:45 p.m. There we go. Objection. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. Let's go. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. Yeah, Mr. Sawhit. How do you explain this 3-hour guy? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawhit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Binary contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. That's a lesson for everyone there. Do not lie. C31, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? No, you can't just change the story. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from a television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Wait a minute. TV. There was a blackout. I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. But it was electricity, so we're still fine. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, can you cross-examine the witness? Right, you know what to do, okay? It was coming from a television, but there was a blackout from noon to 6 p.m. Hold it, right there. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television, or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawhit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait, I remember now, Mr. Sawhit. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawhit. Let's hear your testimony. Once more, please. Not again! What is this? Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. What? It was a statue. It wasn't a clock. That's the black thing on the bottom is a display. But no, that must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. My turn. Okay, the murder weapon was not a clock. It was a statue. Present this. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence. Just what do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawhit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. He just tilted and says the time out loud. Wait, that means he had to go in and tilt it and know about it. In the shock of seeing a body? As it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Of course. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Let's go. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed, the witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Oh, we got him now. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawhit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? What day? I never. Look, the clock. I heard no. I mean, I saw. No. What? Y'all just to pay. Shut up. I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and she should burn. Give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawhit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now. Here in this court, Your Honor. May I have the clock? Ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. That's a 3-hour gap. And he had a 3-hour gap between murder and his time of seeing the death. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawhit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawhit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes. Your Honor, this means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawhit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. What? Not so fast, Mr. Sawhit. Yes, let's go, she's saving me. Chief, listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think, but Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? She went on a trip. She went on holidays. Paris. There's a time difference. Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? That's funny. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Not exactly, but I'll say yes anyway. Wait, maybe I can't prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Passport, she travelled from the USA to Paris. She took it with her when the time should be off. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. And on 12-hour time, we can modulo that and get free. Well, it's 4 p.m. here. It's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawhit. Or should I say, Mr. Did It. He's going crazy. He's foaming at the mouth. He's died. I killed my first client, accuser. Order! Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quick and to find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, it is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. Hey, we win. Here we get fanfare and some confetti. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sawhit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawhit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawhit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and killed her. What a stupid way to kill someone. Take a life for just a couple of dollars worth of merchandise. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Yay, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Hey, let's go. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's proud of me. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Look, my life is over. What? Larry, what are you talking about? Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. What is wrong with this guy? Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Yeah, that is sad. You're not getting her back, no matter what. Larry, she was nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Heh. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey, here. Take this. It's a present. A murder weapon. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that? Actually, I made this clock for her. Aww. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you wanna just cry? Larry, are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she fought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? What is this? Cross-examination continues. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Right. What the heck is she talking about? Think it's the statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. You have to pay extra for it. Well, think of it what you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. And so, my first trial came to a close. The end.